Hi, I'm with my good friend Tracey Rose today.
Hi.
Tracey's a fellow hypnobirthing teacher who had 2 beautiful births for her children using hypnobirthing. But what I wanted to interview her about today is if she were to have another baby, is there anything with the knowledge that she has now that she'd do differently?
I would.
Yeah. Firstly, do you want to share a little bit about your hypnobirthing journey?
Okay, so I had 2 hypnobirths. I would say they were incredible, beautiful births, very calm, very comfortable, very empowering. One of them even was a water birth, which I just loved. This was considered my pain-free birth. I'm definitely not saying that because you have a hypnobirth, everyone has a pain-free birth. That's definitely not the case. This birth was just so beautiful and blissful, though. It was just really comfortable. I didn't really experience any what you would call pain. So
Awesome.
it was really blissful. It was the most beautiful, empowering moment of my life, I would say. And I know that's sometimes hard to believe for some people. I really actually didn't get... I had a lot of people really just not believe me, and it was quite sad. Like, I don't know, I was a bit upset, and sort of people saying, oh, that was a fluke, or your baby wasn't that big, which in fact she was I think just above the average baby, you know. So people were trying to come up with excuses, I guess, as to why I'd had these beautiful births. And so I guess then during the second pregnancy there was this lot of pressure I wanted to show people, like, this wasn't a fluke. This was because I studied and I practiced my hypnobirthing techniques daily.
Yeah.
And I really put so much time and energy and effort into this. I felt a little bit deflated when people sort of said it's just a fluke, like you just naturally can give birth. And I was like, oh.
And
well.
so this time around, Tracey, if you were to have another baby, would you think less of what other people said to you?
I wouldn't care what anyone says to me, because I understand now how amazing our bodies are, how powerful our bodies are, and how in fact possibly we've learned to not really realize that or believe in ourselves. And you know, people sometimes think that's really airy-fairy, but there's so much stuff that when we believe in ourselves and when we tap into this power, we're actually able to change chemical reactions. Like, this is science, this is scientific stuff. So I think there's a real marriage between spiritual belief and connection with hypnobirthing and the science, which is great. So okay, so I did go on and to have this beautiful second birth. It actually was, I would say, more challenging. It was a very short, very fast birth, but I also was in a very challenging situation emotionally. My marriage was breaking down. So emotionally I was a little bit, I guess, more fragile. But in knowing these techniques, then this birth was still so empowering, and probably more empowering because I could face that situation and I still was able to birth this beautiful baby in such an empowering and comfortable way. So super stoked about that.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And so could I ask you, is there anything else that you would have done for yourself while you were pregnant other than your hypnobirthing preparation?
Yeah, definitely, especially with the second one. And what if I was pregnant again now, and I was, of course I would do hypnobirthing again for sure. I guess one thing that I would like to do more is self-care during pregnancy. So I feel like that a lot of us don't really honor ourselves and that special pregnancy journey that we're going through. So a lot more personal care I would definitely do, and I think a lot more connection with other, I guess, holistic, spiritually minded pregnant mums would be more of interest to me now. Whereas in the beginning I really didn't feel like I needed that. So now I would probably go to a pregnancy women's circle or something like that, participate in something really quite sacred. In terms of the birth, I would look, if there was a possibility to have a birth centre birth in my area, I would definitely look into that. Now, our hospital, I went to Manly Hospital for both births, which was fantastic, but I did still have to be really assertive with some of the doctors and midwives to kind of get them on side with what I was doing. Now, don't get me wrong, I ended up having the most amazing midwives who then kind of, once they caught on to what I was doing, they really believed in me, and they were really beautiful and were very respectful. What I would also do differently is I would have Katie as my doula for sure.
Aww.
I would want Katie
I would
at my
love
birth.
to be your doula.
I know, but I'm not having any more babies,
I know,
sorry.
I know.
So that's what I would do differently. I would hire a doula. Now, I do have beautiful support. My mum was a support. My husband was a support at the time. But I would like that person who really is that birth companion, who is also trained to be a birth companion.
Yeah.
It really, I've noticed in a lot of people, it does make such a difference. So yeah, I would definitely have you as my doula. And a couple of other things, I would possibly not have my in-laws staying at my house. I know everyone says not to do that, don't they? I know, but it's really hard at the time. Don't get me wrong, my in-laws at the time were super supportive and lovely, but it's just that personal space.
Yeah.
And post-birth, I would possibly look at getting more support post-birth. So in terms of a cleaner, like I would book in a cleaner. I would also possibly have more food prepared. I really struggled with nutrition and being able to eat properly, and you know what it's like when you're eating crap. It's hard to have the energy to be getting up at all hours with a new baby.
Yeah.
So that is pretty much it. That's what I'd do differently. But otherwise, I mean, I had really amazing births, and the only thing that I suggest to people is to do hypnobirthing. That's it. Hypnobirthing absolutely changed my life.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Tracey. I hope you've enjoyed our video and enjoyed Tracey's story. And if you're looking for any other birthing information, head over to my website, harmonichypnobirthing.com.au. I'll be pleased to support you in any way I can. It's a love. Bye.